What is up, everybody? I'm your Legendary Commander, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. In this video, we're going to talk about the flame-throwing spider. Yes, that's right, a spider that can throw flames. And as crazy as that sounds, it's not crazy at all, and it's pretty cool, and it pretty much guarantees infinite damage without actually being targeted. That said, if the enemy is immune to fire, well, this is definitely not going to help you any. And if they happen to be looking for someone to blame, they'll put the blame on the spider very quickly. So, keeping the enemy away from you once you start this process and burning them all is very important. That way they don't detect you and put you into turn-based mode and you can continuously spit fire. So the first thing you need to do is somehow get a hold of a spider, be that maybe finding a spider somehow, or turning into a spider by using your druid and shape-changing. Now you'll notice you can spit webs everywhere. It doesn't spit fire, but that's okay. We don't need it to actually spit fire, because we're not really spitting fire, we're spitting webs. So one of the first questions you need to ask yourself when you're doing this is, how do you want this to play out? Do you just want to create a wall of fire, or do you want to light the entire ground on fire? Well, one way you can light the entire ground on fire is to just run around and spit web, provided the enemy is not aggressive towards the spider in the first place, not looking to kill you. The goblin camp is a good example of this. They don't directly engage the spider, so you can technically go and put out all the torches and then lay web all over the ground. And then everybody's walking through this web that they can't hardly move on. Now you could stop there, but it wouldn't exactly be a flame-throwing spider then, would it? This is where a flame comes in. Any flame will work, a candle, which if you haven't watched that video about how you can just drop a candle and dip your weapons and create fire out of nothing, well, check that out. No bonus actions or actions required to do so. Well, bonus action for using the dip process, but that's it. Once the candle, torch, or anything is lit, all you have to do is spit a little bit of web that connects the old web and the new web to the source of fire. And when you do this, what will happen is it'll cause a chain reaction and all the webbing will burn. Now, on the most basic principle, this means as long as you keep shooting web, you can keep creating fire. What's funny is once the fire is started, if you continue to shoot web that is connected to the already generated fire, it rebuffs the flame to keep it going. So, especially if you're not in turn-based mode, you can indefinitely, which you can still do even in turn-based mode, but you can indefinitely keep that fire going. And you can continuously grow it. So as you're shooting the web, you'll generally want to grow it and keep it in a wall form. Passive enemies don't want to actually walk into damaging areas, and they'll make their way out of it, at least until they burn to death. Then, once one of the enemies has fallen over, they'll start looking for a reason to blame on the fire. This is what that wall of fire was for. You keep that wall up, and you can keep them back, and you can keep pushing them back because they're still somewhat passive. They're trying to run towards you, but if there's flames in the way, they won't cross it. They will not cross that barrier. They don't want to. And you can effectively keep pushing them back. Now the thing is, you actually don't need a source of fire to do this though. Well, you do it first. But if you have ash on the ground, ash is actually still hot enough to light your webbing on fire. So if you cover the entire ground in ash and you spit web anywhere, the fire recatches. Effectively, your spider can lay out an area, burn the ground, get everything flammable, and then you can continuously spit web wherever you want, and you have a flame-throwing spider. Because everywhere he spits, or she spits, she won't be webbed, but she'll be burning. Now with this trick, you do need to be careful because the flames are going to continuously be burning, and if you walk forward, you can burn your spider. You're immune to the webbing, not the burning. And as long as you pace it out right, keep the web burning in a wall that does not allow enemies through, they'll never detect you, and you can keep on shooting the web. And this can go as far as backing them all into a corner to where they're forced at this point to run through all that fire. Now you may not want that to happen, and it probably won't happen because they'll probably have gotten themselves killed in the fire long before. But if it does happen, at least you have this huge wall of fire going. And once you're in turn-based mode, if you want to continue to keep spitting web, which I highly suggest since it is a bonus action, continue to do it. Keep spitting that web, keep causing people to be on fire. I don't see a reason not to. But that is basically how the flaming spider actually works. The flame-throwing spider just spits web, and once you've lit something on fire, it keeps on spitting more fire. Even if there's no fire but there's ash on the ground, it can reignite and keep on spitting fire. But that is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to tell your friends. But y'all take care. And I will catch you next time.